Hello, I'm Marcus Boston, and so the question for today's video is, can these signs after birth be possibly worrisome for parents going into the future? Want to know what I'm getting at here? Stay with me as I share with you this really important information. All right, so from time to time, we have individuals, we have parents, they will contact us and they will be worried, and understandably so, because their baby, for example, demonstrated following birth, they demonstrated they were blue in color, or they had to be taken to the NICU, or they really weren't breathing well, or they had to be resuscitated, or they had very bad APGAR scores. And parents, when they contact us, they have serious concerns about these things. And so what I would like to talk with you today about is in the context of reviewing these cases and trying to get answers for families why these things matter. All right, so at the end, when you have a baby that's got to be taken to the NICU and doctors are talking about, problems that the baby may have had, what we're doing is when we're going back and we're looking at the labor and delivery, we are looking to see how well was the baby tolerating a vaginal delivery? How well were things going during the labor and delivery process? And if things were not going well, did doctors notice that? Did they see that the baby was not tolerating a vaginal delivery? And if they were not, did the doctors make the proper diagnosis of what was going on at the time? Because see, what can happen is when doctors fail to diagnose fetal distress, or if they fail to be able to see that the baby is just no longer tolerating that vaginal delivery and they are having problems, doctors have to move to help the baby out. There are certain measures that they can take. I briefly talked about some of these measures in my last video, and some of these things are they can turn mom, they can give mom oxygen, a bolus, they can do certain things to help mom out during labor and delivery. But here is the key point. One of the key points in this process is if these conservative measures are not working, if the baby is not getting better, if the fetal heart monitor is still displaying non-reassuring readings, doctors must be ready to move to an emergency C-section when warranted. And the reason being is because if they don't get to the emergency C-section in enough time, or they fail to do it, even though the baby is in fetal distress, even though the baby's fetal reserves are depleted, then you can have an injury to the child's brain, okay? And so in some of these cases at the end, when you see the baby is blue in color, or the baby is not breathing or having oxygen issues, has to be resuscitated, has to be taken to the NICU, these are all concerns for that child going into the future. Now, I want to make sure that this is really clear too. In some cases, we will have individuals who will contact us and we look into it and everything, and the baby is resilient enough to get past some of this. So in some cases, babies may be able to go ahead and they may be able to correct some of the things that have happened. But this is not going to always be the case. In some cases, if the oxygen deprivation went on for too long, sometimes babies will not be able to recover from this, and you then may be able to see them blue in color, having low APGAR scores, floppy movement, or not really being able to move, or looking as one grandmother told me, baby looked lifeless, like there was just nothing there. So the purpose of today's video is to help you understand why these issues are important. And if you are dealing with this, you are on the right path. If you are concerned and you're trying to get answers from your doctors about what's going on with your baby, you are on the right track if you're thinking of it that way. In addition to that, I'm trying to help you understand from a medical legal standpoint why these things are important if you are looking to speak with an attorney down the line, or now in regards to what options does your baby have going into the future in regards to meeting the challenges going forward. All right, if you have more questions, the phone number is on the screen. Go ahead and pick up the phone and call me. I speak with families about birth trauma and medical malpractice questions all the time. It is what we do. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group LLC. And we will see you next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.